Hello, I'm Jerry, and this is Off the Sprue. Today's review will be of the 1977 Pontiac Firebird Smokey and the Bandit kit by Revell. This is for modelers 12 and above, level 4, approximately 5 hours. You'll need glue, paint, and some tools. It is in 1/25th scale. This kit was molded in white and shows some of the detail on the side. This kit's trademarked by General Motors and Warner Universal Studios. Overall length will be 7 3/4 inches long. Number of parts is 89 parts, molded in white with water slide decals. So up first, I've already started working on this kit. But in order to make a good model review, you gotta have at least the main character up front. The water slide decals are they crack real easy, but the molding in this kit is pretty nice. My black is kind of sketchy. The mirrors you glue on, the louvers you glue on. I've not glued anything back here in the rear. All I've done here is painted it black with the mirrors and louvers on and started the decals. Up next, I got the decals on the front fascia. I still have to do the decals on the hood scoop, shaker hood. Up next, we have the motor, which is kind of an interesting way to do it. They have the intake and heads on this kit are one piece. The block is one piece. Oil pan, starter, and oil filter are all one piece. And your water pump front housing with fuel pump is a separate piece as well. And then it also has a transmission pan that goes on. Let's look at the rest of our decals here that I haven't got to. So you have the rest of the gold and black trim pieces. We have our gauge panel. We have our marker lights. We have our shaker 6.6 liter. The little round ones here. Looks like I have I'm trying to focus or it doesn't want to. Those number 18s look to be key locks. 19s are for the center caps. You have your Bandit 1s or Band 1 license plate. Your smaller screaming chickens that go on the B pillar. All in all, they're really nicely done. They fit really well. They crack really easy. So up first we have our chrome sprue with the Pontiac Snowflake wheels, which are going to be really fun to get the gold inlays. And above that we have our valve covers. And we have our dash cluster, our alternator, our brake booster, brake master cylinder, another chrome shifter. Y'all know how I feel about that if you watch my other videos. We have our exhaust tips. Trying to do this real quick. Hold on. Okay. I got tired of fighting with it. So you have, I'm not sure what this part 54 is. Oh, that's door handles. Those are chrome. Right here we have our mirrors, our license plate frame, rear view mirror. I believe this is the rear, goes in the rear tail lights, and then we have Nope, that's the backing of the headlights right here. And this is the grill, which is all the wrong color. There's going to be a lot of gold painting going on here. This one I'm not pulling out of the package. We have the one-piece windshield with rear window attached. There are sun visors in there, so you can paint those. We have our rear tail lenses, our headlights, and on this side, other side, we have our T-tops, which will have to be tinted. This sprue had the engine block on it, and I believe the oil pan. But we have our muffler back, and we have where the muffler goes over the axle, all the way through to the cat. Which, wonderful. Come on, zoom in here. Anyways, there's some really good detail on this exhaust system. We have our exhaust manifolds. I haven't. It's probably like a AC pump. I haven't got that far. We'll save that for last. So I believe these are going to be our wheel backs. Interesting way. We have our snorkel intake with the shaker piece here, which kind of makes no sense. We have a belt. We have our fan. I'm trying to hide this one piece that's really cool to me. We got that piece right there. Is the top one is our CB, and then we have our HEI distributor, and there's, oh, for a second it looked like vacuum, but this kit that I found really cool is it's got Burt Reynolds' cowboy hat. Excuse me, the Bandits. So up next we got our shocks, a radiator hose, rear axle leaf spring driveline assembly. We got a firewall, radiator support, fan shroud with a lot of detail there with the upper of the radiator. We have our pulleys with power steering pump. Up next we have our chassis, all one piece. We got part of our, this is a front fascia that goes underneath the car. Our steering box is in there, the frame. You can kind of see some different stuff going on here. Fuel tanks mounted in, and then pretty smooth. But I do like that I see a lot of positive mounting points. This kit's almost done. Here we go. So we got our front bucket seats. We've got our dash panel, or dash total. We have our steering column, our steering wheel, and door panels. I believe this is also part of the backing of the, right here is part of the gauges. Oh, that's where you'd mount the gauges. Your water slide decals go right here, and then slide up into here, and then with that chrome gauge cluster piece, so that way you got your gauges in chrome. Up next is the interior pan and inner fenders. There's some wiring detail that I like here. Batteries, I believe that's going to be the battery right here. It's mounted in place. Center console looks really nice. It's got seat belts in there. And then we got our seat backs. Try to pull out the rest real quick. And we're going to drop everything now. There we go. Just throw that there. So this is your axle and pins for the fronts, and the screws that hold the car together. We got plain wall. These are really hard tires, but they are an open wheel, probably for those new wheel backs I just saw. And last but not least, our lower suspension assembly. Part wise, we're going to grade this real quick. The detail is really nice. There's some pieces that are more detailed than others, and then there's some pieces that aren't that well detailed. So just on the kit itself, I'm going to rate this at a 6. I'll get it together and come back to another video after I build it. I think that's how I'm going to do these videos from now. Is I'm going to open box review, and then I'll build it and then come back and give an overall rating. But I think I'm going to give this kit a 6 to start off with. Depending on how hard it is to build will depend on if it gets a high or low rating. Once again, this is Jerry with Off the Sprue. Continue building models for yourself, and hope you enjoy.